called over to the forum, and we really didn't have an idea at the time. You know, I thought maybe Jerry West was retiring, or maybe Magic was retiring. He hadn't been practicing with us for about a week. But when he finally announced, it was a reality check, and I think because I think anybody that was during that time realized that it could have been anybody, a lawyer or a sports figure or anybody. So it was a reality check, and I think a lot of people started to wonder about themselves, especially those people who've never been tested. So it was a lot of fear injected for a lot of people, and it was losing a teammate, losing a loved one, someone that you depend on, in your life, not only as a teammate but as a friend. It's devastating. Well, I can't speak for a lot of the guys. I fortunately had been tested like in the late '80s, so I had been tested before and had been informed about, but I don't think nobody was aware of how you get it. I think a lot of people restricted it to a certain community, and a lot of people didn't think heterosexual, and they didn't think it could happen to them. But I think when Magic came out, I think it put a nice punctuation point at the end of that to say it's here and it's real.
20 years later, there's a press conference now. What's going through your mind?
Magic did a lot to enroll people because he had, a couple of ways he could have handled it, and he handled it perfectly by being, the face and being an educator and letting people know that, you can live with this. You can win, and you can have a productive life. So as we watched him month after month, and now year after year to today, we only saw the same Magic that we've always seen. I mean, from day one. I mean, he didn't blink. It was like I've contracted this, and here I go. It's like Game 7 or something. So it's kind of the way he approaches life. And, you are what you think. So he never let it set in. And once he was told that this is what you got to do, it's just like part of a playbook to win a game. So that's kind of his approach.
That's always been his personality, given the magnitude of his circumstances. Is that any of that surprising?
Well, the magnitude, magnitude doesn't really register for him. The bigger the magnitude, the bigger the performance. That's the way he looks at it. It was bigger than anything he'd ever, confronted. So it was new to him, but he still had a strategy, he still had a formula, he still was Magic. And that's the way he is. He would have probably still would have been playing, going Magic, because he was still pretty good. Even after we lost to Chicago, he still had game and was still able to lead. And I think that would have been his forte, exit the league. I look at it as, it's just one of many things that, I look at his business more so than I look at, one or two things. He's just an amazing guy that knows how to orchestrate and execute. So to watch him not only deal with HIV and be the face of that globally, but to also watch him excel in the business world where he has, it's been phenomenal to watch.
I feel like part of the theme, in addition to it just being a celebration, how he's been able to live for 20 years after the fact, and a lot of thankfulness from his part, falling out as teammates.
Well, he's taught us all a valuable lesson. Not only has he been a great teammate, but he's also been a great person to educate us. And so it is celebration because, back in the '90s, back in the early '90s, you thought it was a death wish. You thought it was over. Nobody really thought that you lived that long, but to see him put meaning to a disease that really only had one meaning has been great to see and given a lot of people hope. And as he said, though, there's a lot of work to be done, and he's still going after it.